in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Hello. Hopefully I am not stepping on anybody's toes. I didn't see anybody live, but I don't always get notifications. I'm not subbed to a lot of the channels on our community. Hold on, let me check my notifications real quick. I saw Heidi had one earlier. That's the only one I'm seeing. So hopefully I'm not stepping anybody's toes. Anywho's. So don't worry, I'm not going to be reading any of the Reddit stuff. Not gonna be reading any of it, because someone she did me a solid, even though it's a little too late, because you're the one that got him, like cheered him on when he was going at me and gave out my address to him and gave all the pictures. Like you did a lot of foul shit just a few weeks ago, but I appreciate you saying you didn't agree with the audio being played. So I'm leaving you alone today. The other one, however, Momo, I haven't heard if she's talking about my kids today, but if she is, we'll replay the rest of that interview that her sister did, because we still have an hour left. And trust me, it gets worse in the last hour of it. But after that, if she continues to talk about my kids, then we know what I'm going to do, right? I really don't want to. I wish she would just, her friend would just fucking quit. Because it's been, again, a year, 4 months of nonstop that you've taken in, that you participated in, that you've cheered on, and it's still not stopped. And these videos wouldn't exist without your participation. Whether you want to agree with that or not, it's a fact and you know it. Anywho, so there is someone called Designer Feeling, which I believe is either Penelope or Psychopath Amy. Just an opinion, just my assumption. But I believe it's one of those two. But you lying bitch, blah, blah, blah. He was staying with that family when he was 14 years old and up. No, he wasn't. He didn't even meet that family, dummy. He did not meet them till he was already 18 and moved to Midland with his friend. His friend I had met. My son and his friend drove to, how many hours away was it? Hold on. I think from Midland to Austin. I don't know how many hours, but it's a lot of hours. And they drove that in the middle of the night just to come see us. And I sat in the van with them and I hung out with them. We listened to music and we talked about things. And I told him that's why it hurt. Like it hurt when he passed. Not only, like I said, because he was a great kid. He was a great friend to my son. Right? But we're not here to talk about the ins and outs of that. But I did meet him. I did. And he was like a brother to him. So there's that. But this bullshit that my son was with that family the whole time and I never met them. How am I supposed to meet them? My son didn't become aware of them didn't know them until he was already 18. And I was living in Austin. And in case you don't realize, I don't have a fucking car. I do have a car. I just can't drive legally. I can't. And I don't break the laws. But the slander that I'm a criminal, I have never been in trouble with the law. Ever. Not once. Never, ever been in trouble with the law. I've always been team cops, actually, in any situation I've been involved with the law. And it's usually about other people doing shit. So that's slander, complete fucking slander that could be proven in court. Another complete fucking slander thing that could be proven in court is saying I physically abused my children. Where? Show one thing of me ever doing such. Show one thing of my son even saying I did that either. He never said that. Don't you think he would have said it in that video with how pissed off he was if there was any truth to that? Yeah, we know he fucking would. Let's see. And everything is just more and more evidence. So keep it going. Hi, Miss Liability. I don't know if my notifications are going on or not. It's barren today for sure. But I hope you got your membership giftings on. So I'm about to give some memberships. Someone sent me money to do memberships for y'all. So let me do that real quick. And that's the one about you was up a pretty good part, right? Yesterday I was like, okay, it'll be pretty decent. Like I'll be all right this next month on my check. But then overnight, so many memberships fall off. So I hate that about YouTube because you could think everything's good right up to the last minute and shit happens. Okay, Angela D, Liz, Prissy, Chrissy, you all were gifted. I can't say by who, but it was anonymous. And let me see who the other two were. Clearly, I have them blocked. And I've got some other shit I'm going to be addressing as well. But every slander and lie that you say, be prepared. You're going to prove yourself in front of a judge soon. Mark my words. You could take that to the bank. Susie Q. Why? Actually, I don't even have beef with Susie Q. She's not bad like Miss Mickey. Okay. Nailed by Rachel was the other one. But where the fuck is everybody? Hey, Jen. Yes, Clint sent money for the intro. They did not have to do that whatsoever. I told him a million times, I don't want anything. I just want to help you with your channel because you're doing so well. Yeah, no, there's no there. That's theirs. That is theirs. And again, in the history of me ever being on YouTube or any other social media, I've never struck for anything I've made for anyone, and I won't. If I give you permission, even if I give you permission to use some of my content, no matter what you do in the future, I will not go back on my word and then go strike. I won't. That is a PAB move more than anything. Not my issues, people not getting permission and using it for really fucked up things. No truth to that. About an issue with your intro. That's your intro, Jen. Guess what? I could even here's the funny thing, Jen. I could even claim it if I wanted to. You know why? Because your pictures, your clips are on it. Because it's your content. Think about that. I cannot. Hey, Coins, good to see you. I cannot claim it. Your clips, your video, your images, your content is inserted in every fucking site. Is it not? Okay, I can't copyright that. And so therefore I can't claim it even if I wanted to. So don't stress, don't let them stress about you like that. So yeah, so this person's making this allegation that I was a child abuser, like physically, emotionally abused my kids is what's being said. No proof of any of that. And there never will be because I've never done that. I have never raised my hand to a child in anger ever. ever. And I wouldn't. Hey, Dorit, good to see you. So again, your slander and allegations, you're going to have to prove that in court because we will be in court soon. That's a fucking promise. You're just late to the game to understand what's already happened, but you will soon. You'll find out soon enough. So that's important for you to know. Well, let me see. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sending me that. Yeah, misliability. I mean, God forbid you help someone with the intro video. Good Lord. But that should give you solace, Jen, that I can't claim you if I wanted to. Not that I ever would, but there's something you can be like, no matter what people think about me, that's a fact. That's your shit in that video through the whole thing. I can't claim ownership. That would be copyright fraud. So, anyways, and then if you do copyright fraud, by the way, they will take away your ability to do any more copyright, like to copyright anything else. You'll get banned from copyrighting your stuff in the future if you're found to be committing copyright fraud. So, no, I ain't playing that game. Hell fuck no, I ain't playing that game. Anywho, so yeah, there's no truth to that allegation. It's pretty dangerous story you're telling though. Pretty fucked up. Oh, don't tell me I lost my spot. Damn it to hell. Hold on, I gotta scroll back up to something. And then so this designer filling account, which is either Penelope or Amy, is going around. Give me 1 second. Oh, speaking of Bath and Body, my best friend brought me a bag of some like goodies. She brought me this like really pretty like halter dress thing, and it's black velvet, which I love black, as y'all know, and it's got these gemstones on it. It says, I forgot what it says on it, but anyway, she brought me that, give me that, got me some body wash, got me some lotion, got me some shampoo and conditioner, got me some bath scrubs, got me this, which is called Midnight Spell from Bath and Body Works. Man, when I tell you, oh, it smells so good. I love it. I love it. And she got it because she knows I'm a witch. But I'm not shy about that. My whole family knows I'm a witch. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, it smells really, really good. So that was really nice of her. But we got plans to go out Wednesday, so I'll be seeing her then. But anyways, I was just saying that about the Body Works because I was just thinking about getting some stuff there, and then she brought me that. So that was awesome. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll back up real quick. So then they said that when my son was staying with that family, that I gave no support whatsoever, that I just dumped him and kept it fucking moving. Oh, really? Speaking of Jules, you totally did exactly what you accused Jen of doing. You totally fucking did it. When that account went into your channel last night and it said, not on my mama's birthday, I didn't know I had no idea who the fucking picture was. I had no idea. But you're like, that's George's mother. Which now you're trying to backtrack, but it says that's George's mother. And you're like, no, get it out of here. Get it out of here. You're not welcome here. You're welcome here. Let me take care of it. And she clicks on it and puts it up on the screen. Let me make something clear to you. To put it up on the screen, you kind of click it in the middle. To get rid of, you click 3 dots in the top right corner here on StreamYard. There are 3 little dots in the right corner. You don't click in the middle to put it up on the screen. She put it up on the screen. It was up there for like 3 to 4 seconds. She's like, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Gosh, damn it. When you piss him out about Jen putting shit up on screen that she didn't even know who it was. George, nobody knew who the fuck that account was. Nobody knew. So you either mistakes happen and you give Jen that grace, or it's always intentional. Pick a struggle. Pick a side. Pick a fucking side. So anyways, so then saying that my son has was over with that family. He'd been there since 14. Again, not true. He went there when his friend passed. That's the fucking truth. And then saying I never sent anything to help the family. Oh, and the headstone that I bought, the grave marker that I bought, that you subs must have paid for it. Funny, I didn't even tell y'all about it until I already did it. I made no mention of it here on YouTube until I'd already bought it. And I have the receipts that come from my Cash App, me paying for it. Y'all didn't know nothing about it. So nope, I spent it was $200 for that, and then I spent $50 making my son a hoodie with his friend's image on the front and the back that said "Bros for Life" for his birthday, to celebrate his birthday, and so his friend would have a headstone for the upcoming anniversary. So that when the family went to go visit for his friend's birthday, they would have a marker to go to. So stop with your bullshit. No, myself did not pay for it. Hot cocoa or peach? Probably hot cocoa. So here's a comment or a conversation I had with someone July 20th, 2022. Hey, Adam, good to see you. I'm sorry to bother you, but I haven't heard from my son in a minute. We were talking about moving closer to him. Oh, but I thought I wasn't going to do that. I just act like he didn't exist, right? We were talking about moving closer to him. Then nothing. Is he okay? I've been locked out of this account, so sorry if you sent something. She goes, he's still here with me. I said, is he not able to go back to the other place? Is his stuff moved in with y'all? Thank you, by the way. But I thought if he lived there since 14, why at 18, 19 years old is his stuff not already moved in? Or why was it just now being moved in? You make no fucking sense. And I got proof of this shit. I said, well, thank you for letting me know. Please tell him we miss him and love him. Just want to make sure he's safe. And if he needs me to get him anything, he knows I will take care of it. He is just reluctant to ask for help. I know, but I want him to have everything he needs. Then I said, is his phone on? Also wondering if I could send you a Cash App to give him for his birthday. I just spoke to him. This is later on as the day goes on. I just spoke to him. He's on board with me sending the $100 to your Cash App if that's okay with you. And then I said, no worries, I'll send it to the friend instead. Then I said, hey, blank, I was wondering if you might be able to bring my son a Cash App if I send it to you. He has net, and that was July, and here we are in August, so just 1 month later. Hey, I was wondering if you might be able to bring my son a Cash App if I send it to you. He has nothing until he gets paid next week. I would gladly add money for the gas, and I would like to offer you groceries so that I can order and you can pick them up from Walmart. I know times are hard right now, and I'd like to help. I wish I was near so I could take care of it better. An Uber is $30 to get him to Walmart and $30 back. So that's kind of crazy expensive. I know you're stressed and hate to add to it. I don't know what else to do. He has a coworker, but they aren't responding. I can do 20 for gas and more if needed, and then groceries. Take your time. Just wanted to help you in the process if you need it. And even if you don't do it, I would still like to offer you groceries. And I'm not reading their part. Then I said, I will try to get you some cash coming. If I had known sooner that you were struggling, I would have sent you $200 instead of buying my daughter a backpack. I spent $300 on my son in 2 weeks, so I get it. But yeah, let me get you some help coming. I would take on some more clients to help you out. I'm sorry you're struggling. I didn't know. Let's see. And if y'all don't remember, this was last year when I came to y'all and told y'all that the mother was needing some help, right? And so that was, we sent her a little bit of money. With permission. I asked for permission, just so you know. And then I said, I'm going to send you $55 right now for my son. $35 for him. The rest is for you. Is that okay? And if you change your mind down the road on groceries, just say so, which she did change her mind. I struggle too, so I understand how hard things can be. Then can I have an address to send a grave marker for a blank? From what I understand, he still doesn't have one, and I'd like to do that for you. It won't be anything fancy, but it's a stone and will be delivered. I put the same dates and name from the obituary. I put the quote as best friend, best brother, too many, amazing uncle, and beloved son. If that's okay with you. If there's anything else you want me to add to it, let me know. Let's see. And this is when me and my son were on the outs at this point. We weren't even talking because of the YouTube bullshit videos. We weren't even talking. Didn't fucking matter, did it? Did not change anything, except we didn't talk as much as we used to. That's all. Didn't change me caring, trying to get on what he needed, trying to do stuff for the family so they could have stuff that they needed. Sorry about that. Okay, so I also made this hoodie for my son for his 21st birthday coming up. I just wanted you to see it. And that's with the friend's picture on the front and back and said Bros for Life. Then I'm sending her options for the headstone. I will get back with you once I get it all set and confirm it's good with you before I order it. I said, okay, I just ordered it. It was $200. Should be delivered before the anniversary. Says delivery between May 2nd to 17th. So hopefully it's there for y'all's next visit to the site. It's coming from New York, so probably will be there in 7 to 10 days. Hopefully this helps with the grief to see a beautiful stone there instead of the metal sign. I know I would be so distraught if I couldn't get my son a stone, so I wanted you to know I cared and it was important to me and my son. I'm sorry about the drama that came from my enemies on YouTube. I had no part in them doing that besides them not liking me and wanting to hurt me by hurting y'all. I really tried everything to prevent that, but this is my way of honoring him on his anniversary and giving you a small ounce of peace, knowing he has a headstone now. I would be grateful if you shared a picture with it when you see it, but that's okay. It just means a lot to me. Hey, Miss Wendy. Did you know I'm a criminal and a child abuser? Did you know that? I've had probably 30, 40 CPS cases, and every single one ruled me out of doing any wrong. That's again, after talking to the kids, my family, my neighbors, my best friends, schools, doctors, like talking to everyone, and came back with nothing. She's not doing anything. Anyways. Okay. So that's just some of the instances of me doing what I said I did, and that was helped out, sent groceries, paid for whatever my son needed, which again, he does not like to ask for help. And I've always told him, I'm your mother. I'm supposed to help you anytime you needed. That's that we have argued with in the past. So I was like, don't worry about asking me for help. It's my job. It makes me feel good to help you with anything you need. And I have sent so much money over the past, but again, I'm supposed to. That's my kid. Doesn't matter that he's of age or not. On. Now, the other stuff that you're talking about, whoever the fuck you were, again, I think it's one of two people. Whoever the fuck that is still bringing up the details of that passing, shut the fuck up about it. I could sit here and go all day long with you and show proof of this or that. I'm not going to. I'm not talking about the details of any of that shit. So why don't you shut the fuck up? Stop talking about it. But you're not going to sit out here and tell everybody that I just got rid of him when he was 14 to this family that lived 10 hours away and then just act like he didn't fucking exist, which you make no damn sense again. I had full custody and was getting child support up till he turned 18. Me and my ex were in court. After I moved to Austin, within a year, we both went to court, child support court, where he tried to get his child support lowered and it was denied. Hey, he tried to do that for what? I don't know. But he was trying to get it lowered. You don't think for a fucking second, if I had not had my son from 14 to 18, he would have not got that shit dropped way back then? You are sadly fucking mistaken. He's always trying to get out paying child support. That account is disgusting. But the reason, like, I talked to the mother after what happened to offer flowers. There was no reason to talk to her before that. My son was not living there. He was living with his best friend. I met his best friend. I hung out with his best friend for hours. He was a good kid. I was grateful my son had him. Nobody say anything negative about him. So just that he was 18 already. I don't need to meet a family that was just going to be in the same area that he wasn't living with. I met the one he was living with, and I was comfortable with the fact he was living there. And again, even if I wasn't, he was 18. He could live where the hell he wants. He asked me before he went, though, would I be okay with him going? If that's something I'd be okay with, that's like, oh God, you got my blessing. You want to go work in the oil field? That's amazing. That's what my dad did most of the years when I was growing up. That's amazing. I hope you do. That'd be great for you. And a relocation was exactly what he needed. That is exactly what he needed. Again, he was only with that family maybe 2 to 3 months, and then he went to go stay at the man camp. And to say I fucked up everything with that family, there is no fucked up with the family. There's nothing that happened to fuck up anything between him and that family. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about there, whoever the fuck you are, designer feeling on Reddit. There's no truth to that either. The only thing that fucked up anything was y'all's bullshit with the GoFundMe, and Penelope, you were behind that. You were the one that told them lies, that I did not give them anything, that I was still raising money, even though the funeral had already taken place. There was no truth to that shit. None whatsoever. You created this whole shitstorm off of your fucking lies. Complete and utter lies. When I did nothing wrong, I raised money, I sent everything else I had left, and we got the flowers, and I didn't mention the names. I didn't tell anybody get to share the GoFundMe for that reason, so you couldn't fucking do that, but you did it anyways. You did it anyways. So if anybody fucked up anything with the family, it would have been your bullshit, Momo and Ann's bullshit, and John's bullshit. Because y'all lied to that whole fucking family when they were going through so much shit already. Y'all had no right. So again, if you want to piss them on about someone fucking things up the family, it was you guys. But unfortunately for you, they've already done an interview with Rabbit. Was it Down the Rabbit Hole News? They did an interview with Rabbit Hole News and said, I did nothing wrong. They were lied to, that they misunderstood the situation, that they didn't know that I was his mother. They thought I was just some lady on YouTube trying to make money and I didn't even know them. That's what they fucking thought. They didn't know it was me. Didn't think that you'd be that psychotic to fucking go those levels. But now you're claiming you talked to my son and made him fall in love with you, and then you dumped him just to fuck with me. You are deranged. You're psychotic. And Jen, I am so fucking glad that you did not play that game yesterday of showing Jules' apartment like she was trying to get you to do. So many people are just overlooking some of the really foul shit that she has done over the years and continues to do. And Jules got a pizza yesterday, and she said, go downstairs, Jules. I don't know if she did that after or before, but I heard her say on Jen's, go downstairs, Jules. So I don't know if you ordered one or not, but Jules thinks it was you. She thinks you're either, who did she accuse of? I know someone in the chat said Paula, which I didn't know that lady does that, but whatever. They were saying Paula and Penelope were the ones that sent the pizza. And Jules, you need to get the receipts of every fucking time. Get the receipt. See what name they put on it. See what numbers attached to it. And start collecting that. You might be able to piece shit together in the future or show a pattern or show the similarities to see who's doing what. And then you're like, see what tells everybody just to ignore it. I would. Jules, don't ignore it. You don't have to ignore it yourself. Just push mute, address it, and then come back on and act like it didn't even fucking happen. That's what I mean. That is what I mean when I said that. I didn't mean, oh, you're right by the door, just act like they're not there. No, I mean, just mute it so the people in the bushes don't get the joy out of it and keep it fucking moving. And you're like, see, it only lasts for a few minutes. We're not even talking about it anymore. You talked about it for the next 30 minutes. You gave them exactly what they wanted. When the pizza came to me, I didn't mention it. I told one person about that. And it's like, can you look up this number? This is what the number they put on it, which I knew the number looked familiar, and they were using my mother's old phone number from back when I was a teenager. They were using that old phone number. Only one person even knew about that before it got outed on Heidi's when Vault told everybody, yep, it was us. She does lie too much, but and Jules, did you seriously try to say on your stream that what I've done recently is worse than what you did to Zeus's niece? The fuck it is. You told her that her mother abandoned her because it was her fault. Then you said, well, let's find her. I'm going to interview her and find out why she doesn't want to be with you. That is what you said. You called her a whore. You called her a bitch. You called her all sorts of things, just like Momo's calling you know whose child. You don't see me defaming and slandering the child or saying it's her fault what's going on. So miss me with your bullshit. You want it to be worse than what you're doing. Or what you have done. And you've done so much shit over the years. So much shit over the years. She does. She just had, again, you just had that Jim Terry guy on your channel talking to Bambi's daughter, calling her a whore and a brat and whatever the fuck, and a bitch. I think he called her that shit too. Called her a whore and a bitch and everything. And then calling Bambi's dad, making threats to him if he didn't get the daughter online now, he was about to call the cops and all those sorts of shit, scaring the man to where he handed over the daughter's information. And whether he did it while y'all were live or not, it doesn't matter. It still does the damage it does. It still does the fucking damage. Doesn't matter. So say if I interviewed, oh, by the way, we're going to talk about the Brandy shit too. But you said, the people saying I interviewed Brooke's mom. Say if I had interviewed her mom, which I didn't, and I had recorded it, and I came here and I played it. Do you think that would make any difference to her, whether I did it while I was live or beforehand? You think it makes any fucking difference? Do you think it makes her feel any better? No. It still does the same damage. It still does, like, it still holds the same weight. It still does. But you're like, I've got the interview with Brandy, Siwa. That's, where's the girl? Brandy was Jen's ex-best friend. They were not related. That is not the mother of her children, the stepmother of her children. They were ex-best friends. And you're like, yeah, you didn't reach out to Brandy, but Brandy came to you because you left a roadmap to yourself. I left a roadmap. I posted a video on TikTok. By the way, I need to go delete that. Thinking about that now, actually. Let me go get that down. Because Jen's not doing that shit no more, and she's changed. Give me a second. I didn't even think about that till now to take that shit down. But she saw my TikTok and reached out to me. How is that leaving a fucking roadmap to me? Hold on. But you're gonna what? So you're threatening to play the interview with Brandy? Is that what you're saying? I will strike the fuck out of you. I still have it on the channel. It's just private, so that way I can strike if anyone uses it. But what's so crazy about that is you were playing it on your Instagram and like making fun of Brandy and calling her names and saying how disgusting she is and all sorts of shit. You were playing it, and then you so how's that any like you played it as it was live, and you were on your Instagram like, ooh, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she said there? And then started talking about her being nasty and trashy and all this other shit. Don't compare that to people reaching out to my ex. Because that is still, no matter what, he's still the father of my children. He's not just an ex-boyfriend. Okay, let me see. Sorry, y'all. I'm on my TikTok to delete the videos of Jenks. I forgot they were on there. Let's see. How do you delete on TikTok? Okay, that doesn't work. How do you fucking delete on TikTok? I'm new to TikTok, and I'm really trying my best to build this up. Come on. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay, deleting that one. And then I got another one I'm going to delete. And by the way, Jules, even if you go to Rumble and play that, I'm still going to strike it and get it down. You know just as much as I do, you can still strike on Rumble. It just doesn't do as much damage as it does on YouTube. Dude, where the fuck is everybody? Why is everybody so quiet? I'm not reading the Reddit things if that's what you're worried about. Nope, I see. Nope. Oh, damn. I got a few on there I need to take down. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get the rest of these down. Jen, I'm sorry. I didn't know these were still on my page. Or I did. I mean, it's not that I didn't know they were still there. I forgot about them. My goal all along was for you to get help, and you've done that. You've done above and beyond with your mental health. So delete. Okay. Okay, there's another one. And by the way, with all that, the money I have sent over the years to my son, if that's what I'm doing as he's an adult, what do you think I did when he was younger? Think I didn't send shit all the time? That's why it pissed me off when Amy's like, I paid his phone bill. Bitch, it's going to take you forever to catch up to me. Like, it shouldn't even be a fucking competition, but you're making it into one. That's weird. That's weird. If he called and asked today, or if he messaged me today and said he needed his phone bill paid, I pay it. Or if he said we need groceries, I'd get it. Or if he said I just need cash, I'd send it. I've never denied him anytime he's ever asked me for anything. No way. Your 27th anniversary? Wait. Do I still have a celebration video? Hold on. Oh, I don't think I have a celebration video anymore. I've got a birthday one. But that's not the same, of course. Damn, I used to have a celebration video. I'm sorry, I don't have one. 26. That's amazing, though. That's amazing. And I hope you have such a great night. I hope it's perfect. I hope the weather, you're not going to be affected by any of this bad weather everybody's getting. I was going to go somewhere with my daughter today for a mommy-daughter date, but it's been raining and we're supposed to get a lot of bad storms. I think tornadoes are already popping off in Mississippi and Alabama. There's some in Kentucky, which will be headed this way. So I didn't feel like it was going to be safe. And where we were going to be gone, spending all day there. And I can't afford to just waste Ubers, okay? Like, I can't be like, oh, yeah, we'll just take an Uber there, go for a few hours, and then come back. No, we're going to get the most out of it. So anyways, we're going to reschedule it for another day. But hell, I might take her to the movies tonight. We ain't done movies in a minute. Well, I am so happy for you, Sandra. Yeah, it's spring break for a lot. Is it spring break for y'all's kids? Spring break just started here, and I was supposed to go visit family this coming up week, but I can't. There's reasons for that. It's not anything bad. It's just the Red Cross thing I'm supposed to do is coming up, and I can't. I already signed up for it. Although I think I'm going to call and ask them if I can do it another time, because they had multiple dates of this and of what I'm supposed to be helping with. They had multiple dates, and it's supposed to be like a weekly thing. And I told them, so even if I cancel this and say I can't do the registration for this one, can I do it for the next week? I mean, they would totally let me, I believe, but I don't know. There's a lot of bad weather popping off. I will, Miss Wendy. Princess was saying yesterday that even when she starts driving, because I went and got the driving stuff, because she's going to get a hardship license when she gets of age, which is only 15. But we were going over the driving book, and which the ones here are way bigger than the ones in Texas. Okay, they have so much more in this book than the ones in Texas. So I've got to read it myself because I plan to get my license back soon. But she's like, even when she gets her license and her car, she's still going to take the bus. That's how much she loves the bus and the bus driver. She's still going to take the car in the morning to the bus. I mean, sorry. She's still going to take the bus to the school, not the car to the bus. That was stupid. But it was nice of my friend. My friend went to go get it for me because her son is the same age as my daughter. And, well, he's a little bit older, not much, but he's working on his hardship license too. But that just shows how much she loves the bus drivers. Damn, that's late. Wait. That's a late spring break. Hell, in Texas, spring breaks are like the first or second week of March. That's cray cray. Miss Wendy, I'm going to try to gift another membership. I really want you to have a membership. Let me see. Come on. Okay, let me see. Type real quick if you haven't already. Just BS stuff. I can't see who got it. Hold on, y'all. It's going to take a minute for my chat to load up. Give me a second. Let me go to live chat so we'll catch up. Dude, I was trying to watch that movie Long last night. That is such a boring ass movie. Dang, Cricket's got it. I'm sorry, girl. I tried. I could just send you the Cash App if you want, but you ain't got to, of course. Just wait. Actually, just wait, because in 2 days I'll be able to get 10 more. Well, the main thing that's scary about kids driving, again, is not that they can't drive, because my dad has taught her how to drive already, like with golf carts and stuff and four-wheelers. Like, he's taught her how to drive as much as he can, but you have to worry about it's everybody else. That's where it's hard to teaching kids, because they have to learn and get used to paying attention to everybody else. Also, while paying attention to the road signs, also while paying attention to the lights. You have to pay attention to everyone else, because that's where your greatest risks are going to come from. That's where it's like hard to prepare them. But my bestie's going to help me with her to do it. I know it's okay, but I just try to get it. I don't know why I want to go, but so yeah, so y'all were saying was Momo live today, and if so, was she talking about my kids again? Because again, I still have an hour left of an interview to play. Also, trying to say that Heidi Black of all people, hey Sean, good to see you. That Heidi Black of all people would have a video of Brooke's daughter and husband fighting. That should be the last person that you would think. First off, to listen to Momo of all people, who has a hate vendetta against Heidi and been having one for a long, long time. You should already know, don't believe it. But it was a troll account that said it. And she's making threats to go after Heidi's family. Like, that girl she'll do it if she just wants to do it. You don't even have to, if you just call her Momo, she goes after your family, for crying out loud. 1 second. Queen Nyla, hey, Siwa Moon, girl, there's a recording. Is that your son? Some channel has it. Sounds more like AI, girl. Hope you're having a good day. No, that was him. But that was him after he was being lied to for a year straight by his stepmother, where she was getting fed information and lies from YouTube. Like, one main thing that got them pissed off is Momo tried to tell everybody that I filed a false police report on my ex when I was living in Austin, and said that he showed up and broke down the door and beat me up. Nope. Never seen him since he put his hands on my son. Have not seen him not one day since. He has never shown up out there either. What happened was, when the cops were out there already, I was saying that people were giving him my location and that I'm in fear of that because in the past, he has shown up and broken down my doors and beat my ass. Like being behind a locked door never saved me. So that's what I actually said. Well, because Momo said it the other way, she went running to my son and said, your mom made a false police report on your dad and said he showed up to her sisters, they broke down the door and beat her up. This proves she's been lying about the abuse all along. No, never fucking said that. He's not done it recently at all. Haven't heard from him. So shit like that. But anyways, that was a year of that bullshit of everything that was said from YouTube. She would run into him with it. And then she convinced my son that I lied about all the abuse. Never fucking happened either. There would be all these ROs. There's body cam where they've seen the marks on my neck and my arms from him doing shit. There's pictures, there's audio, there's him admitting it in messages. There's all sorts of shit. Like, I didn't lie about a damn thing. I don't find it funny for people to lie about DV, but she was convincing of that. And then saying that I was dragging him on YouTube. Never did that. Saying I was outing all his criminal stuff. Never did that. Didn't even speak about that until he did his videos and talked about it some. So that's, I just tried to take the blame off him that it would have never happened if someone didn't buy him a certain thing, but never even spoke about that. So shit like that went on for a year. And then they sent him a clip and said that his sister was starving and begged me for food. And I told her to go away. That never fucking happened. The clip was, I'd fallen asleep after being up all night, like talking to friends who were having some mental health struggles. And instead of going to sleep and being really drowsy, I was like, I've got 2 hours till she wakes up. Let me just do a quick live stream. I'm going to have to stay up the rest of the day because I'm going to feel worse if I try to go to sleep now. So I tried to do a stream to get it out of the way so I didn't have to worry about it later that night. And I ended up falling asleep. And she had only been awake 30 minutes. She had already eaten. There was already Dunkin' Donuts on the table and everything. We got them the night before from DoorDash. So she had breakfast anyways. But for within 30 minutes, she had Dunkin' Donuts and then she got her Lunchable, which whatever, that's a fucking snack. And she came in and asked me, what was I going to be ordering later to cook with the potatoes that her teacher gave her from school, from her garden? And I said, I don't know. And she kept, well, what are we going to get? I said, I don't know, which I would still have sleep. I didn't even know she was there. Like, I didn't even know she was talking to me or what I was saying. But like, oh, she was so nasty. No, I said, I don't know. And it sounded louder because the computer was on my chest or like on my stomach when I fell asleep. But they gave him a clip of that shit and made it look like way worse than it was. So he was furious at that point. Being told that I lied about his dad and abuse all these years when I never did. Being told that I was slandering and talking shit about him. Never happened. Saying I was neglecting and abusing his sister. Never happened. Like shit like that led to those videos. Now, since then, he has done videos saying how much he loves me, how he regrets coming to YouTube with the bullshit. He sent me messages saying he regretted it. He loves me. He had no right to do that. He didn't want me to have to worry about YouTube anymore. Everything he has backtracked on for the most part. The only thing truth in that video is that they had dry cereal in the morning. Well, not for lack of milk, but because my daughter actually likes cereal. Those Cookie Crisp. She likes those without fucking milk. It's not that like these conspiracies are insane, but so I'd get up and get her cereal and whatever. And then fall back asleep because it'd be still early in the fucking morning. And I was having hard nights and struggling with my health. And like, I had a lot of shit going on. So that's the extent of me being neglectful. Making sure they had breakfast in the morning and then falling back to sleep for an hour or two and then waking up. But then cooking the meals that night and always having food in the fridge for leftovers. You know what I mean? Like stupid shit like that. So that part was true. Him saying I was asleep on the couch. Yep, was asleep on the couch. I was very dependent on medication because medication had to keep me alive at that point. So that was true. But it wasn't like he was trying to paint it like it was all the time. That was not true at all though. But when my heart was failing and in my heart rate was in the 30s and 40s, I couldn't stay awake even when I wanted to stay awake some days. But I was still there every day. I still didn't drink. I still didn't do drugs. I still didn't pick men over my kids. I just didn't lie to him about anything with his dad. I didn't try to make it difficult for him to be in his dad's life or vice versa. And I've got texts that prove of me begging him to be there and show up for the kids and all that. And I just finally quit trying after so many years of him promising he would be there and then he would never show up and leave the kids heartbroken. I just quit fucking trying. And then any other time I try to co-parent, even with my daughter, he would turn it into trying to be sexual with me. So I was like, and I've shown the text of that just 2 days ago. So that's where that shit's coming from. That's where the shit's coming from. But if you had been here a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, he's been on my channel many times and said how much he loved me and how he's grateful that I'm on YouTube. He's grateful. He's proud of me for my channel and that I've come a long ways, and he like all good stuff, all good stuff. So it's night and day difference, because that's the amount of manipulation that they did with my son. And the videos were deleted because he wanted them deleted. But since we're talking about it, I'm helping him copyright those videos. So strikes will be going out within the next week. Anyone that has been playing his videos, we're going to be doing strikes. So I had to walk him through how to do it. So there's your fair warning. There's your fair fucking warning. He said he didn't want that shit on YouTube. He deleted it for a reason. He doesn't want it on YouTube. And he's kind of pissed off that y'all keep playing the videos. He's like, my videos, I deleted them all. I was like, doesn't matter. They recorded it all. And it's still out there. He's like, well, how do I get it down? I was like, well, we could copyright it and then I could go do the strikes. So that's what we're doing. And I have all of them. Anyways, back to what I was saying. But yeah, those are real, but that's more evidence for me of how far people are going, but it's okay. Yes, parental alienation is wrong. And that is one thing that I was accused of, but I guarantee y'all that is the furthest from the truth. I've got so many letters from Keaton writing to the kids when he was in jail. He's been in jail all the time, like many times, where he would promise things were going to be different and he found God and things, all these promises. And as soon as he get out, he went right back to the shit, you know? So that has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me about why there was discourse. And when my son blocked his dad for over a year, he blocked him because of what his dad did to him in 2021. I wasn't even fucking there. I wasn't there. When that happened, I went and confronted him, recorded me confronting him to get him to have the admittance with his boys that he did do this. And then I was going to call cops and file fucking charges. But my son begged me not to. That's the only reason I ain't done it. I would do it right fucking now, today. But he would have to help me. I can't just do it on his behalf. He would have to speak to the cops with me. I don't think he's going to. And him and his dad have worked the relationship out. So I'm not going to push it. But just when last year or a year before, when he did the videos, I told him I was going to file for a lifetime RO. Would he be okay with that? And he says he gives my blessing. He doesn't want his dad anywhere near me or his sister. So I've tried as much as I can. But if you don't think, if you think if it's a bad mom to know that this man puts his hands on children and already know about what he does to women and still try to co-parent with them just because he shares DNA with them, fuck no. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Cut him out of our lives, get a lifetime restraining order, stop any access to the kid, my daughter. Even though it's the last thing I want to do, I don't have a choice because that is something he's capable of. It doesn't matter whether he was messed up on something or not, he's still capable of that. And I'm not risking it ever again. I didn't even risk it that time when that happened, but my son insisted his dad was changed and things were better and he was going to be okay. And then look what happened. So people kiss my ass. And Jules wants to talk shit about, she was poking at him in that audio. That was not a good look, Siva. Bitch, I just found out what he did to my son. And you're worried about my tone with him? After 20 fucking years of abuse, you're worried about my tone. You think I've ever confronted him like that in the past? Maybe you forgot the audio when he dislocated my ankle where I didn't say anything. I was scared to speak up. I didn't defend myself. I didn't speak up or nothing. I said, why did you do that? While I was bawling my eyes out because I was in so much pain. That was the extent of me standing up for myself back then. I'm not scared of the asshole no more as far as confronting him about the shit he's done, which is why I'm so vocal now because I was quiet so many years. But you're worried about my tone in that? Be glad I didn't have nothing with me. Okay. Yes, they do. Like I said, if that's the worst that they've got on me, but now this asshole wants to run around and say that I physically and emotionally abused my kids. Where in the video was that ever said? I missed that video. Did he do a video say I physically abused him and emotionally abused him? Yeah, I don't think he did. I think he said I called the cops on him all the time. Yep, to get him help. I would go back and do it again. You bet your ass I did. That's what I'm supposed to do. It's neglectful not to call when there's situations like that, right? Hey, Martin's mommy. Well, and like I said, even when I was a kid, I view things differently than what I do now. Sometimes it takes growing up and being a parent and maturing to take a step back and realize things were not what they seemed back then. Things are different, way different in a lot of kids' eyes. Like I said, I thought I just had the roughest deal when I was younger. Absolutely not. I was so blessed and so lucky. But because I was dealing with depression at the time, like I just thought the worst. None of that was true. I have great fucking parents. Very close to all of them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the continued support. Let's see. Which one should we do? Do you have a video you would like me to play or just choose one? What was this video clip for? Let's see what this one is.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I'm going to make sure to give them something to listen to. Yeah. And then you'll get all fired up and you'll go on your live and get out of character. You $2 mattress whore.
That's a good one. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I was talking to Princess about the rules. Okay. But I'll say this: anybody trying to say lies about saying I was physically and emotionally abusive to my kids, if there was any truth to that, you really think my son would put out a video about how much he loves me? You're stuck with me, Mom. No matter what, you're stuck with me. I love you. I miss you. Yeah. That sounds like someone who regretted what they did. And he's been in my chat since after he did those videos and after he apologized. I don't think for one, no. Dee would never give Jules money to buy, however, I think she got, how many memberships did she get gifted to her last night? Dee would never, and neither would Sly. They can't stand her. They don't hate her, like, as far as doing anything malicious, but no, that would never happen. I think it was, if I could tell you, if I could only tell you who I think it actually is. What is a hint I can say? Let's just say biker chick. That's as generalized as a hint as I could give you. That's who I think's doing it. Titty Lynn? I don't think Titty Lynn would do it either. Titty Lynn ain't got money like that. Titty Lynn, remember she took all that money from that crazy cat mama? She don't have money like that. Unless someone had to give her money for her to give to someone else. She has maxed out all her husband's credit cards. That's not gonna be her. I think it was someone that's from our community, that's been in our community. And yeah, that's maybe some of you can know who I'm talking about. Biker chick. What is it? Another hint. A Texas biker chick. That's who my guess would be, is all I'm saying. Because apparently a person also went to her Rumble and gifted her like 200 memberships. That was like $1,000 something, which that's asinine. That's fucking crazy. But people are trying to, I'll say the person, when someone did that on her Rumble, people were all hinting it was the person I'm hinting at now. But I don't think she did the one on Rumble. I think she is doing the one here on YouTube though. I'll say this. She also talked about my intro that I made for Jen. That's all the hits I could give, okay? Because I'm not trying to talk shit about anybody. That's just who I would assume, because she's one of the ones that would have money to do so and is cool with Jules and would do it behind the scenes. Which led her. I mean, it's her right. Do whatever the fuck you want. Which one are you? Is that you, William? Here's your attention. Y'all, please give William attention. His pecker won't grow unless he gets it. Not that it grows anyways.
I fucking denounce you. You're fucking denounced!
Speaking of Willie's Willie, so George is saying that Jules passed around William's nudes, and Drazo is done with Jules, and I think he's just been quiet, minding his own. I think him and Johnny Mac that's the only people that hang out. He'll go, hey Geneva, he'll go in John's when John goes live, which John hasn't been live in a long time. But that's pretty much the extent of what I've seen him. I think he's taken a big step back since Jules and him fell out, because he knows he ain't welcome over here anymore. I ain't got hate for him, but he ain't welcome over here. But him and Johnny Mac are the only ones that are cool with each other anymore. But wait, William, you're back simping for the B? Please tell me you're not that pathetic. Please tell me you are not that fucking pathetic. The same woman that had given your address to people, the same woman why we're all done with you, the same woman that, again, that's why you got blocked here so many like that was the first time you got blocked, because he came in here using, and Jules, you let William back around when he put the arm picture in as his profile picture. Are you serious? And this man went on a stream with multiple women and showed his genitals to everyone because he couldn't win the argument. And then he went on another YouTube channel and showed it again, except erect this time. The fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? Ugh. Yeah, passing his little weenus picture around, which, don't worry, I won't pass it around. You'd have to send someone a magnifying glass before you send it if they wanted to see what was going on. I don't have magnifying glass money to pass around to everybody, okay? So, Jules, if you're going to send that picture, make sure you send one. Or binoculars. Or Willie, before you do it next time, make sure you get tweezers, okay? Make sure you get tweezers. Make sure you shave so you can make it look bigger than what it is, but it still ain't going to help you. So, Willie and the Weenus, stay the fuck out of my chat. Or I won't talk. If you want me not to talk about it, stay the fuck out of my chat. Get a grip. But yeah, George was saying it was illegal. I don't know if it is illegal because he went on YouTube and exposed himself like that. Like, it wasn't behind a paywall. It wasn't sent to someone privately. I don't know if that would qualify as revenge. You know what? Like Titty Lynn, she could claim hers were revenge because she sent those pictures to people privately, and then they sent them to me when they got mad at her, right? So that could be considered revenge. But his, I don't believe it would qualify as that. I'm just assuming, because again, he did it publicly and he did it more than once. And he wanted everyone to see, you know what I mean? Like, he wanted all the women to see it. So I don't think it would qualify, honestly. Jen could still do something about Jules because she still has that sex act on her Rumble against Jen's wishes when Jen was not in a good headspace, so she didn't know what the fuck she was doing back then. And it's been deleted and it's off the channel, and you're putting it over there for everybody to see because you're doing it in revenge because you're pissed off at her. That actually could get you in trouble. Jen can prove she wasn't mentally sound back then and didn't know what the hell she was saying or doing from one day to the next. So she can actually get you on that one. Well, that's sad and disgusting. And he did do that on purpose. Jules, why do you keep letting this man is a racist as fuck? You're the one that's been going around for a year saying what a piece of shit he is. He's racist as fuck. He's homophobic as hell. He exposes himself to women. That's sexual harassment. You know, it's a crime. He could go to jail for what he did on YouTube, right? Do you understand if we were to call the police and send that to them, that he did that on a live stream to a bunch of women because he couldn't win a fucking argument, his ass would be, he'd be given charges? You can't send things like that unsolicited and without people's permission. You can't even send a D-pic privately to women unless they ask for it. It's against the law now. Didn't used to be. It is now. They made that a law like 2-3 years ago, I think. You seriously allow this man back when your husband is gay and he goes around calling everybody the F slur all the time? I don't even like Clark, but I even took a stand against that shit. It doesn't matter. It's still a sex act. It is still a sex act. That is still illegal. That is still illegal. Still can't do it. So even though it's not showing nothing, it doesn't matter. It does not fucking matter. It's still against the law. Just give me 1 second, Ghosty, and I'll respond to you, but just 1 minute, real quick. Okay, maybe I should call the police and ask them. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll just call the police and ask. Oh, and I heard Jules' threat. All I said was, see, well, you better back off talking about him, because if I cover it, then they're going to know. I don't give a fuck if he knows that I think he's racist and homophobic and ableist and misogynistic and sexually harasses women just like another man in this community. Like, I don't give a fuck if he thinks that. I don't care. I will slap his ass with an RO so fucking fast. So shut up. Quit trying to, and that all you're doing is threatening people with him. I would stop. Hold on, let me see. Let me call a police officer, police department, and ask. Hey, JJ, good to see you. But I gotta use a random police department. Like, I'm not gonna use anyone that's tied to anybody. So let me think. Hey, Muggsy. Who's Miss L? Oh, Miss Liability. Gotcha. What police department can I call that's like random? Let me just do Dallas. Fuck. Let me just try. Wait, no, Jen. It's got to be in Jen's or Illinois. It's got to be in Illinois, right? Because it's got to be those state laws. So we'll just have to find a random one. Let's just do Chicago. No, Chicago's too close. Yeah, just to ask a question about the legalities of something real quick. Nothing else. Oh, is it apprehensive? Get rid of them. Get rid of them then. That Whoopi Goldberg is not welcome in my chat. And you're like, see, well, you're weird. Call me Whoopi Goldberg. Talk about I don't have any eyebrows. Girl, you did streams with my picture up there making fun of the fact that I have fucking eyebrows. Are you kidding me? That's not weird. You're 60 going on 70 years old. I'm 39 and you're making fun of me because I have full thick eyebrows. Well, you and your friends all struggle to have just regular, just anything. Get the fuck out of here. That's weird to you, but not what you do. You pretend to be John Yates' cat, and you're calling me weird for saying that you have no eyebrows. Girl, bye. Take several seats. You wouldn't even be talked about if you didn't talk about me and do all the shit you do. So zip it. All right, let me call Ren, please. Who threatened you? Are you saying I did? Who? Oh, wait, Muggsy is working with Dive. J-Fifth threatened me yesterday. You're working with the Hive, Muggsy? Please tell me no. They're talking about the Hive. The cult. And JFit is threatening you? I thought JFit wants to be like, she's all about legalities. Because she told me if I didn't clear it up that she never said anything racist to Real, she would go legal on me. When I didn't even say it, he said it. Who's BC? Oh, Ballcat? Yes, she is. Okay. I'm going to call the Popo and just see what they have to say. I'm going to mute just until I ask the question, okay? Okay, so my question is, in your state of Illinois, if someone were to, okay, this is just a scenario, right? So this is about YouTube content creators, and someone in that state has recorded someone giving fellatio, a blowjob, to her boyfriend on a live stream or on a private Instagram from years ago when she was mentally unsound and didn't know what she was doing. Well, this person has recorded that and has been posting it on platforms for everybody to see as way of revenge against that other individual. Is that illegal?
Yes,
it is illegal. Okay, what could the person, what kind of charges could they get for doing that?
I believe it's literally called revenge porn, and then yeah, it's an actual charge. Just the victim would have to come and make a report.
Okay.
In order for detectives to start investigating.
Okay. All right. That was what I needed. So I appreciate it so much.
No problem.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too.
All right. Bye. Boom. What? Jen, you hear? Did you hear that? Someone go get Jen real quick if she didn't hear that. She needs to rewind. It is a crime. It's revenge porn. And it is a charge. All that has to happen is Jen just has to make a report. And Jen would have to do it through her police department, and then they would contact that police department and file the charges. Sure would. I know Google is free, but they swear, nope, it's nothing illegal because it doesn't show them actually doing it. Anywho's. Okay, JFid X proper under her own account. She did it under her sock. Annie Mass. Annie Mass is her sock account? I never even seen that account. There's people going in Jen's last night trying to dox people, and Jen's like, you see these accounts coming in? They must be old troll accounts, and they're just changing their names because I have them blocked. So I didn't block anybody new recently. So they would have to be old accounts from other people that I've already blocked, and now they're just changing out the names. Oh, and speaking of, I'm going to address something else about me. Supposedly I'm using Real's name for clicks and views and whatever. Real was a very close friend of mine. We talked all the time. We would talk all through the night. We talked all the time. He's a very close friend of mine. Okay. Amzy saying on Reddit, I'm not Jen's friend. Who is she to talk of all people? I mean, who is she to talk of all people? I'm trying not to go there, but are you sure it's Amzy? Are you sure it was Amzy? Because if so, then I mean, do we need a reminder about the kind of things that have taken place over the years? Well, Muggsy, let's be honest. You and your friends are messy too. There's a few of y'all that are kind of trolly, but Miss Liability, I haven't seen be that messy, except she just talks about the bee. I haven't seen her really do shit to other people, in my opinion. Okay. Well, I hope you don't talk to messy people, but just don't come for Miss Liability, please. I don't want the fighting in my chat. Which, by the way, all those fucking images that she's using of Jen with Jen in that red hat, those are all altered by AI, and Jen could get them all down. She could get every single one of those down. You're not allowed to alter the images, and you're not allowed to alter the images. Remember, you struck me for that AI image that isn't you. Like, you don't, but doesn't. I mean, it is altered with AI, so whatever. But you struck the fuck out of me for that. Or privacy reported, but you're actually using real pictures of Jen and making edits to them. It's important to not use any images, but whatever. But you think you're all safe with, because you made edits to it, and it's not safe still. It's still, she can still get privacy reported, every single one of them. But bless your heart. I mean, one thing I will say, I didn't ever try to get with Clint, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And that was a best friend and like a sister to her. In fact, the only time I did talk to Clint was with her blessing. Okay, woo-saw, take a breather, Muggsy. Woo-saw, woo-saw, woo-saw. Let's just, why don't y'all just block each other? If you don't like seeing her in the chats, Muggsy, just block her. Mixed liability, maybe just block him because he's got a bone to pick for some reason. And it's not important to do. Like, there's no reason to do all that. I really don't know if Jen heard that, y'all. I really feel like she needs to be told. Well, JJ, I'm so glad we're besties. You know, you help me with everything. Every move I make on YouTube is because of you, according to some people. You're behind it all. And apparently I've done egregious things that are just beyond comprehensible to someone that I'd never fucking talk about. Okay, let me get Jen back in here. Hold on. Son of a biscuit. And I hope, who do you think, JJ? Who do you think? Who would have thought a $50 super chat would have solidified everything that we talk all the time? And every move I make is because of you, practically. Yes, bless your heart, she did. She did more than that. But like I said, I'm not trying to go there if it wasn't her. But girl, don't talk about me being a friend or good friend or not. Because I have never, ever tried to get with a friend's man, ex-man, even if it's a guy that just liked her, but she didn't like him, I still wouldn't go there. So don't try. Don't try it. Just let it be. They are all besties with me, JJ, but none of them pay me to fight all your battles like that, you know? Summer Days is absolutely my bestie. I'd invite her to a wedding tomorrow if I had one, but I don't know who they are. Oh, Nick's PO is you? I didn't know that. Yeah, bless your heart. I've never seen you in here before, but we're besties now. If I could ever get a man to give me attention, because I apparently have a really hard time of that. Really hard time. I am so desperate for attention that I've chosen to be celibate and completely stick to myself since 2019. But oh my God, if only I could get attention. If only. Some people just can't comprehend. Some women don't need men or want men. Never been the type to need one or want one. Well, I've that was actually not a good way to word it. Never been the type to be completely feel like I have to have someone to be okay. Is what probably the best way to put it, because obviously I've wanted someone in the past, obviously, You did clarify in the call that nothing was shown in the video, Jen. It's not considered revenge. P with just face showing. Jen did the live before her mental breakdown. That's not true. She didn't do that live before her mental breakdown. Her spiral was for a long time. Do I need to clarify? How about this? How about Jen just make the police report and then y'all find out from there. It's still considered. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. It's still going to be considered that, just so you know. Yeah, everything. Everything. Girl, I've been handling it legally as well. The YouTube streets will be on fire when they know what I've been up to for 2 months. But I don't care. I had enough. But I'm not responding to some people for a reason. Hey, Daniel, good to see you. Daniel, I see your videos all the time where you're doing your sports stuff, and I always like it and everything. Oh, and that's another thing. They're trying to now say, bless your heart, been there, done that. Been happening for months. That's a promise. Okay. So now since Daddy's disappointment came in my chat yesterday, they're trying to make Daddy and PMR fight with each other and saying, oh, she's backstabbing her friends, and I can't believe she went in there, and all sorts of shit. Y'all got to get a grip on communication. Just leaving a few comments about thank you for the kind words means nothing. It just means I appreciate what you did. Doesn't mean now we're not enemies no more. It doesn't mean, oh, all is forgiven and forgotten. It doesn't mean, oh, I just think you're the best person ever. It doesn't mean, oh, now I think all the stuff you said about my friend is true and I now see the light. It means none of that. None of that. She came in here because we were talking about Spitter Girl, who has been dragging her and talking shit about, or trying to drag. She tries to drag her, but she failed horribly because it's pure jealousy what she says about Daddy's disappointment. But all she did was come in and say thank you, and she appreciated the kind words. That was it. There was no negative talk about PMR, and there won't be, especially as long as she's in here. I don't even have beef with that lady. I don't. I'd like to let bygones be bygones. There will be no communication, but stop trying to create more fights. Like y'all sit there on these other panels like, we just want these people to stop. We just want the fighting to stop. But then when anybody tries to stop and tries to work things out, then you're coming guns blazing with threats and take your piece and shove it and all those other, remember shit like that? Like, do you want it to stop, or do you only want it to stop for the people you like? It's insanity. But I'm glad that PMR doesn't give a fuck that Daddy's disappointment was in here, because there was nothing malicious going on. She didn't do anything backstabby whatsoever. It is no different, in my opinion, whether I go in George's and she's in there and just say hi to her or whatnot, which I've always just left her alone because I know that there's a history and she's not too happy with me. But I don't have a vendetta against her. I don't have a hate for her. But I do have hate for Spitter Girl because her mouth is reckless. Absolutely reckless. And I'm grateful that this community is everyone's coming around and trying to put her in her place except one person. And of course, look at the person that's defending her, and that should tell you everything you need to know. Look at the caliber of the person that's defending her. And there's a reason why everybody else has nothing to do with her or wants nothing to do with her. George is still try to be nice to her, but we all know at the end of the day, he's annoyed to hell with her just like everybody else is. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. Okay. People should have listened to you earlier about which part. And Rainbow, I don't know what comment was blocked. Or like, I do have a lot of blocked words, especially certain names. So if there's certain names of people that I don't agree with, yeah, you'll have to use a nickname or you'll have to shorten it or something. I just found it hypocritical with Jules like, Jen put that comment up on the screen when she had no idea who it was. But then she's like, that comment's here to dox George's family and George and his family. And then she puts it up on the screen and says, oop, I didn't mean to do that. You literally showed a virtual tour of Jen's home. Hey, M to the B, I wonder where you were, girl. You showed a virtual tour of Jen's home because a comment that a name that she did not know was in there. And she put it up on the screen. There's people that come in all the time. Now, I'll say this. Here's a word of advice for Jen if she watches this on the replay, which I hope she does, because we just got good information from the officer about how she could go legal on someone. Going legal Monday. I guess we're going to have a going legal Monday tomorrow, huh? But if there's an account that comes into the chat that you have never seen before, and it's a first and last name where, like, with JJ, you could clearly tell that's not her real name. Wendy, that's a different story. M to the B, you could clearly tell that's not the real name. Geneva, you could clearly tell that's not her real name. If there's an account that goes in there and it's a first and last name, more likely than not, it's going to be someone trying to dox someone. So any accounts that come in that are new, that I can see it's a first and last name, I don't put them up on the screen because it's probably going to be someone trying to dox. Oh, about Spitter Girl? Yeah, I still got to go through and read all the DMs between me and Spitter Girl. I only read like 3 or 4 of them, but she is really messy. Honey oats, no. But how have you been? By the way, Sarah, I do need to reach out, respond to you. I did know that you were trying to get a reading from someone else. Girl, you have my blessing. Just so you know, like, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Do whatever you need. I do think that would be a better option, honestly. All I care about is that you get the answers you want. Okay. Oh, and I was watching someone that did a spirit box with Gene Hackman, and he's trying to find his wife, which she already transitioned. She transitioned a long time ago, way before he did. And he's trying to locate her and stuff. And he's looking around for it. Like it's I need to get one of those actual portal boxes, not like the necrophonic or the spirit box held in your hand or the EVP. No, I need to get the one like these other creators use. In fact, next tax season, I'm probably going to buy one with it instead of spending on anything else. I think I'm going to do that and start doing that with the channel. But they were talking to him, and it was just very crazy to listen to. It's just crazy to listen to if you haven't seen it yet. And I don't know how to explain it. It just, go watch it. It's like Cody, I think it's the channel. And I will say this, before anything got outed, any results of anything, I already knew that there was no foul play for either one of them, that the dog died of natural causes because it was stuck in the crate and it wasn't let out like the other dogs. But Gene was, every morning when he would wake up, he would smoke a cigarette on the porch, right? But before he'd go to the porch, this is what messages and visuals I've been given. Before he'd go to his porch every morning to smoke a cigarette, what he would do is he would let each dog out of their crate. And then he would go to the porch and smoke a cigarette while they go outside and use the restroom or whatnot. And he would feed them and everything else every morning. That was his routine. That morning, he died before he could get that last dog out of the crate. That's why the dog died of starvation and dehydration. And I told people about that a long time ago, before it even came out, that the dog died of starvation and dehydration because it was still stuck in the crate, and the others were let out. So he was talking about the dog. He was talking about how he was going to smoke a cigarette. But anyways, with Betsy though, it was coming across as more than just a hantavirus. she was representing it as she passed from something more than just like, it wasn't just as simple as, oh, it's a haunted virus. Like there was more to it, but how she was too scared to be in a world without him. She was dependent on him. She couldn't function without him being with her. So she wouldn't want to have been here, even if he had died first. She wouldn't want to be here. But when he came through, before y'all got all the results of what happened, I kept getting it was something with his head and his heart. And then they came out with the Alzheimer's and then his pacemaker stopped or whatever. Or he had a heart attack, something. But I kept getting head and heart, but I didn't know what it was. And I kept getting that they had passed 1 to 2 weeks before they were found. And it was 10 days. So a lot of verification of my stuff. The only thing I didn't get right is that she did something to take her life, which I still think there is something that involves medication, why she passed. I don't think it was just the hantavirus, but so I still think there was more to that. That's what she keeps coming across as. But there's nobody else did anything to them. That's for sure. And he died of his natural causes. But even if, like I said, even if he had died first, she would have not stuck around. She would not have stuck around. She did not want to be here without him. But yeah, I got those images and visuals the day they said they found them. Okay, let's see. Are you surprised Anne is keeping quiet? Emma's trying to roll her up with their friendship post. Why did she even make his friendship post? Nobody's even questioning their friendship, are they? I don't know. I don't know. The spirit, I'm not so much into spirit box for the most part. Like the regular spirit box. And now if I get the other one, that'd be great. See, well, why are you telling Jay is my first name and Jay is my last name? Doxer. Now I'm contacting everyone you know. Don't even say hello to the Walmart greeter I'm interviewing. Crazier things have happened, okay? I've been threatened with crazier things, ma'am, for much less. Yeah, his channel is cool, but I really want that the portal box, which is like I think it's $300 to $500, which I haven't gotten one yet. But those, I would totally love to do one of those. I hate listening to the spirit box that I have now because it's just so much at once, and you can't hear them speaking full sentences for the most part. But with the portal box, you can hear full sentences, and they come back clear, and you don't have to listen to all that static racket bullshit that I can't stand either. So I would totally do that all the time if I had one of those. Hey, Sophie, good to see you. So actually, let me see how much they are. Let's see. Hold on. I know Sam has his own. He built his own. You know, the Sam that's a part of this channel, he built his own one. There's one for $319. That's the mini one. No, thank you. I want the full size. $389. Oh my God! Speaking of, did y'all hear about the shit with Aaron Goodwin from Ghost Adventures? How his wife tried to get him off? The fuck? Like he's sitting there happy, thinking everything's great. He was in California. I think he was in California. He was filming an episode of Ghost Adventures with Zach and all them, and she gave that information to a guy in prison and paid him money to go K Aaron because she didn't want to deal with the divorce. She didn't want to have to go through the divorce, so she's like, "Oh, it's just easier to off him, get rid of him," and he did nothing to her. She doesn't even have an explanation of why he deserves to die. She just didn't want to deal with the divorce. It was going to be a headache. Is that not some crazy shit or not? And I feel so bad for Aaron. He's such a kind soul. He's a really kind dude. And he gets fucked with all the time because he's kind and trusting and whatnot. And I cannot believe that bitch tried to do that to him. Okay, I'm seeing one for... That's $400. I would never pay $400 for one. $349 is what I'm mainly seeing for those spirit boxes. I see one for $325. I see another one for $350. The kind that guy has, though, it says $479. So I was right, from about $300 to $500. That's crazy, but there's a lot that goes into them, so I understand. But yeah, if I get one of those, y'all, I will be doing that stuff all the time. And we will be trying to interview anybody, any and everybody. But I'm just over the regular spirit. I'm just irritated with it, you know? Yes. Was that not crazy? That was sad. What was 11 million she paid, or 11 something? I think it was 1,100 maybe she was going to pay the guy in prison. And the guy in prison let me tell you what he did. He's in prison because he was stalking. He followed this cam girl from, I guess, Twitch or something. And he used to gave her all his money. He was maxing out credit cards, giving her every dime he could get was going toward this girl because he was infatuated with her. Like, he was legit obsessed, stalker, crazy, infatuated. Well, when he ran out of money, he started taking, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So after he maxed out all his credit cards, he started stealing from family members as well and maxed out all their credit cards. So they were upset with him and they were going to file charges on him. So he then went and offed his sibling. I think it was his sibling and his parents, I believe. He killed his entire family. And that's why he was in prison. And this lady reached out to him, which how the hell did she find him? I don't know. But she found him and was sending him money behind bars, and he was going to have to get his own hitman to go. And like I said, she was telling him the schedule of where Aaron was going to be filming at even. So like, what were they going to do? They were going to be filming an episode and then boom, he gets off while on camera. Like, what was the plan and how fucked up was that? That's crazy. That's sad and scary because Aaron was burned in his last marriage. He went through a really bad divorce from his last marriage, and a lot of it had to do with things following him home and terrorizing his family and kids, which is why I say about the shit about Johnny Mac and what he does. I would not do it at home without you putting up barriers to make sure nothing can follow you that's bad. And Johnny Mac does these investigations all the time. Hi, Miss Diane. He does these investigations all the time, but I never see him do his prayers for protection or any of that stuff. And like, you can't just do that and expect to stay safe. Give me a second, y'all. Sorry, I had to put Princess hair up real quick. But let me see how much he charged. And he spoke out about it. He just said this is a very trying time for him right now, and he appreciates all the love and support. Let me see. Aaron Goodwin wife. Let me see. I don't know if it's gonna say. Okay, so he married her in 2022. And he looked like extremely happily in love with her too. So it's kind of, I can only imagine how he felt, like how he feels. All he said was, thank you everyone for all the love and support through this emotionally trying time. It has really helped a lot and I appreciate you all. Okay. So his wife was arrested on March 6th on allegations she was conspiring to have her husband assassinated, according to a police report. Investigators found that the reality star's now estranged wife was communicating with Florida inmate Grant Amato via text and Facebook messages. The exchange revealed that the pair were romantically involved. Oh, did y'all know that part? I didn't know that part. I didn't know they were romantically involved. Like, how does that even happen? You sought this guy out in prison who his whole family, including a child, over Aaron? And I would get with Aaron just because he is a kind person and he's funny. Goodness. But they were romantically involved and were plotting. They were plotting to pay to have Aaron Cade. So I guess he was helping the whole time. The report reveals Victoria Goodwin's message to Amato. In a series of messages, she asked, like, how did I get to this point? Am I a bad person? In response, Amato asks why she thinks that. And she replies, because I chose to end his existence and not divorce him. What? Yeah, you're a bad person. What do you mean? You're going to have this man who did everything for you, paid for everything, and gave you this great life, lived in a mansion, worked his butt off, gave you the wedding of your dreams in Disneyland and everything. And you're going to off him because you don't want to deal with the paperwork? And you're asking if you're a bad person? Yes, psycho, you are. But the person you're talking to is worse. So that wouldn't be the person I would ask anyways. Anyways, the pair allegedly planned to set aside $11,515 to hire. There's your 11, Miss Wendy. To hire a third person to complete the job. The police report says they also discussed Aaron's location and details of his car. Amato contacted the alleged hitman on October 3rd and asked whether the M had been completed. According to the report, I need to know what is going on, Amato wrote. Can I get an update? Was it done? So this was done in, wait. This was done in October. They were trying to off him in October, and they just arrested her in March, like 2 weeks ago. That's sad. That's sad. So like he was still married to her through this whole thing. So he was sleeping in the same bed with her and sharing his house with this woman. And the cops knew, like, maybe the cops didn't know about it yet. I'm just going to assume they didn't know about it. But like, we all know with prisoners, every interaction is recorded or looked over by officers. How the fuck did y'all not catch that? And that's honestly, the jail should be in trouble if they saw like that was going on and they didn't catch it sooner. That's scary. Jen, you're going to have to rewind to like 128. I called Chicago. I called Illinois Police Department and asked them about, I told them that there's a situation with creators on YouTube and that one creator recorded another who gave a you-know-what to her boyfriend on a stream on a private Instagram back when she was not mentally sound and didn't realize what she was doing, and it has since been deleted, and that this other person has recorded it and posted it publicly for everyone to see out of revenge because she was mad at the other person. Is that illegal? They're like, yes, it is illegal. That is a charge. All she has to do is make a police report, and then she would be charged with it. So now people are like, well, you didn't say that she could see it all. Like, doesn't matter. It's still recording the S Act, but whatever. So anyways, they're telling you to report it to your police. And I hope you have it recorded that she did that first off. And if you don't have it already recorded, you need to go get it ASAP. The proof of it. But yeah, they said it's a charge. And people are trying to come here. She knew what she was doing back then. No, she didn't. She was going, girl, I told you she posted that. It's not on YouTube. She posted it on the other channel, which I'm not going to say where because I'm not trying to bring it, give attention to it, like as far as sending people. But you don't have it record. Okay, to the people, if you're listening and you're cool with, like, you help Jen, even if you're someone I'm not cool with, go grab that for her real quick. She is sick, and you've been saying for weeks that you were going to do something about it. But that's a verification from, and the only reason I called that state police because we only need to know the laws in her state. It doesn't matter about everywhere else because that's where she's at. That's where it's happening. So that's the only reason I called them and asked. And I wasn't going to, but someone's like, it's not illegal for what she did. I said, yes, it is. Like, okay, I guess you YouTube lawyers know best. It's like, fine, I'll just call police and ask them. But I didn't give any names. I didn't say nothing about the channel, whose channel or what. So don't worry. I said, this just, let me give you a scenario. And then I gave the scenario about what it was. But you could hear what she said. And if you go back to like 128 on the stream, when it's done, you'll hear it. Really? Well, that's unfortunate. But whatever. He goes wherever he wants, He always has. Yeah, but it's not her YouTube. I don't know why people are overlooking it, Jen. I don't know why people are overlooking it. But like I said, Mugsy's been in many chats. So it is what it is. I don't expect nothing more, nothing less. She was with the bad man. Yep. Girl, let's not get started on that. Well, she was talking about vulnerable people and what she would do as a. Oh, is that all they said was hello? That's not stalking exactly. That was just, she was just paying attention to both. But like I said, maybe just block each other. But I don't know. I didn't see nothing, so I don't know. That is true. It is the same. You're still looking at what she's saying, and she was looking at what you're saying, so I don't know, guys. I don't have beef with either one of you. But I will say Miss Liability is here all the time for me, so I definitely want her in my chat. Thank you for the Cash App. Hold on, let me see what the message is in case it was something you need me to know. Thank you so much for the Cash App. And I hope you're doing good. You don't go in messy chats, huh? B says it's LGBT. What's LGBT? Wait, Jen, what do you mean? What is I'm confused about the LGBT part. Oh, wait, Jules is saying Clint is? Why do people even go, hey, don't be rude to Jen. Don't be rude to Jen. You could disagree without being rude. Like I said, y'all, I would just block. Either Muggsy, you block her, or vice versa. But that way nobody can see who says what. Ooh, you're okay. So the person at the Cash App, it sounds like you're having a blast. Heck yeah, that's amazing. I'm happy that you're going out and having fun. So okay, so here's what happened last night, Sophie. So when Jules has been going ham on Jen, right? Because when Jen was live, a random account came in her stream, and apparently it was a dox of Jules' sister, which nobody knew that. But apparently it was a dox of Jules' sister, and Jen had to come up on the screen because she puts comments up on the screen all the time, like most of us do, where we're content creators. People put comments for us to all see them. Wait, with 50 of them. And she's in his stalker cancer family. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all work out what's going on in chat. So Jules did a whole virtual tour of Jen's new place, her home with Clint, because she said, oh, she meant to do that. When I didn't know that it was family. I questioned who they were because it was a first and last name that was new, and they were talking about needing help with my dad. So I questioned if it was someone close to the family, but nobody knew at that point. So anyways, Jen had put the comment up on the screen, and then Jules went live and said, oh, Jen likes to dox. That's not Jen doing it. That's other people, but I digress. So Jules did the virtual tour. Well, last night when Jules was live, an account came into Jules' stream saying, not on my mama's birthday, and it had a picture of a lady, right? And Jules goes, who is this? Who is this? Y'all check that account. Who is this? Oh, it's not a dox anybody. Okay, we're good. He's like, oh, never mind. That's George's mom. Get him out of here. And then she clicks. She goes, never mind. I'm going to take care. And the account stayed there. Now, I was watching the chat. I didn't see that account ever go away. So I don't know. If she did, actually, it kept showing for me the whole fucking stream. Because I kept scrolling back to see, and it was still there. So I don't know if it didn't look like it was removed. So she's like, don't worry, mods, I'll take care of this one. And she goes and clicks on it, and it goes up on the screen, and she looks at it for a few seconds. She's like, oh, dang it. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Dadgummit, well, she didn't say dadgummit. She's like, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. And then she took it off the screen, but it still stayed in the chat for me. So I don't know. But she took it off the screen, and then she ends up getting a pizza. No, I'm not saying it's George, but I'm saying she ends up getting a pizza later, and more accounts start rolling in her chat with doxing stuff. And she's like, get them out of here. And most of them didn't get deleted from what I saw. But she's like, oh, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. In fact, I'm going to delete this stream as soon as it's over. I'm going to edit it out. But she stayed live for like another 30, 45 minutes with that still being on the screen. But no one would have thought it was the mother at all. But she said, oh, they're trying to dox George's mother. And so then then another account went in Jen's last night, and they're like, Jen's still doxing your family. She put the comment up on the screen, another dox, and she put the comment up on the screen, and Jen didn't know what the fuck was going on. Again, it was a different account. And so Miss Mickey's like, yeah, she's still doxing you. That fucking bitch, like talking all this shit. And then Jill's like, yeah, I can't believe she's still doxing. She obviously didn't learn anything when she just did the same fucking mistake. Except she knew it was a dox of someone's family, but she put it up on the screen. And she's like, I didn't mean to. I was not trying to click that, you guys. Again, y'all, to put the comment up on the screen, we hit in the middle of the comment. When we click it, that puts it up on the screen. To delete it, there's 3 little dots in the top right corner of every comment, and that's where you click to delete it. So I don't believe it was an accident, but like I said, it's either one or the other. Either she knew what she was doing and was attempting to dox George's family, or mistakes happen and she didn't mean to. But if that's true for you, you have to also say that could be the truth for Jen too. So, you know what I mean? Well, he said last night that he was going to send the cops to her police department, to her door, but then I don't think he did. I'm not aware if he did, but he said he was calling the police department because they're not going to fuck with his mom. But I don't think he did. And now I will say, the comments, he has said a name, but he has said a name that it's the same as Jules says with doxing people. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not getting the doxing back and forth for right now. He was actually in Jen's hanging out when that happened. And she could try to say, oh, George was trying to set me up. George was in Jen's chatting that whole time. So, no, I don't believe it was George. And why the fuck? That makes no sense either. Why the hell would George purposely use a picture of his mother to go in your chat so it could be put up on your screen? Why would he do that? Even if he wanted to try to frame you or get you in trouble, why would he do that? I don't think anyone would intentionally fucking do that. I think they would probably, I think you use names, but actually using images of mothers, I don't think he would ever do that. Especially with the stories he's told about, his struggles growing up and stuff. I don't think he would do that. Well, like I said, she did remove the stream after, but she's like, I'm removing it only because I don't want to get struck. But then she edited out that little bit and put it back up. And then she said she's putting it on the Rumble. But again, she needs to just say either it was an accident, I didn't mean to do it, and therefore I'm going to give Jen some grace. Or no, you absolutely meant to do it, and say she meant to do it too. It can't be true for you and then not true for the other. Using someone's pet. Who? Chloe? Is she using Chloe? That is disturbing. She cries about squirrels that don't even belong to her, dude. She is mean. She is a very mean person when she gets mad. Let's play a little clip just to woosah a little bit.
Or the
Oh my God, breaking news. I have to tell you, it's okay that you chain smoke in your little cottage and your cats probably have lung cancer. It's totally fine. But Moose can't do it. That Canadian guy can't do it. You guys leave John and Jody alone.
Leave us alone. Somebody
They're trying to live their life in peace. Oh my God.
Hold on.
You're 78-year-old grandfather again? Oh, you guys are killing his grandfather. You're killing him. You're killing him. You're killing him.
I gotta go back.
So, Jen, like I've been telling you, that intro is not fair. It is not within the guidelines of YouTube TOS. That intro she keeps using of you is not within the guidelines because of the last picture in it. Oh, they were so good at, Julian was so good at imitating her. But yeah, that any picture, Jen, of you where she makes any edits to any pictures of you at all, you can go for. And any pictures with edits to it, you can go for. Or any made up AI images, you could go for. You should go do it. She's done that, what, 20 times in the past week or two? She's always privacy reporting everybody else for much less, so why can't you? You know what I mean? And if you don't want to do it, see if someone else can. I think I just got an email, but let me see if I see the notification at the top of my phone, but let me make sure. I'm so happy for the person that sent me the CashApp says they're having a blast. That is true, Miss Liability. That is true. Which is why I'm saying that. Okay, there we are. Girl, Sarah, there's no issues. I promise. There's no issues. I'm glad. I really am. There's no issues whatsoever. Even no matter how I feel about that individual. I mean, definitely won't be the levels of what I do, but it doesn't matter. I just, whatever you need, whatever, y'all need right now. She's Jen's, I already said that one. But I have no issue with anything that took place that night, hon. I promise. We are good to go. And I would still do what I said I would do. Hell, we could do it after this if you want. No, it's better to do it at night, though. If you want to do it tonight, I ain't got nowhere to go tonight. And I don't have nowhere to be first thing in the morning. So if you want to do something tonight with your, with who you were talking about, I will do that. No problem. It's just up to you if you could, have the time. And it's been crazy for me for the past 2 months because of all the legal shit I'm dealing with. But my head hasn't been there, And I don't do readings anymore because it's just, look what people do. It always bites me in the ass. Not that I think you would, but it's just, it took, I don't know how to explain it. I've done readings for family members. I still do those. I've done a reading for my mom recently involving her parents. I've done readings for my friends and stuff, but like, it's just the YouTube thing. It's put such a nasty taste in my mouth about anything with that. So I don't feel like I can do what I used to because I mean, I know I still have the abilities, but I don't feel the confidence like I used to, though I could do it justice, if that makes sense. I still have, like I said, I still have capabilities. I still am definitely able. Being a psychic doesn't go away. It's just, that's always going to fuck with me, and it's going to block a lot of messages if I can't stop that. Like, my mind needs to be clear and focused to do them, and I just don't feel like I could get there, especially since the past 2 months and all the shit I've been dealing with, which I told you about, But yeah, tonight we will definitely do it. By the way, Selena's, if she ever comes back in, I found my EVP recorder. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do the EVP. Like, we used to do them on my Instagram all the time. We do EVP sessions where it's just me sitting, because all these people like, oh, doing the spirit box is fake. It's fake. It's fake. Okay. Well, all the time on Instagram, I would go live and I'd be on camera the whole time. I'd go live. I'd be sitting in my car showing you there's no one behind me. There's no one around me, nothing. It was just me in the car at middle of the night when the kids were sleeping. And I would do these EVP sessions. My son sat in with one of us, actually. And again, for my son to be in Midlands from 14 to 18, he sat in the car and did EVP sessions with me on my Instagram when he was 16, 17 years old. So stop with your bullshit. There's proof all over. Anyways, but I would show there's no one in the car. And then I would open up a circle, which I would mute to do that because I don't want anybody else to, like, I'm not trying to open portals in anybody else's place, but I would cast a circle, do my protection, do our prayers for protection for everybody else. And then we would just ask questions. There'd be nobody talking but me. And I'd be recording it. And then when I'd play it back, you would hear them talking and answering. And we're pretty sure Selena's grandpa came through because he kept speaking Spanish. And so, which I didn't understand, but she said it sounded like her grandfather, or was it her? Yeah, I think her grandpa. Anyway, so we'd sit in the car and you would hear all these spirits just talking and answering my questions, but there's no one around us. There's no radio. There's nothing. It's just me sitting in a car by myself. So for those that, there's people that used to reach out to me after that, be like, I didn't believe in this spirit communication until I saw your Instagram live. And that proved it for me that it's real. It proved it to me that life does go on after death. And it absolutely does. Anybody worried that there's nothing after this? Don't worry about that. It is, there absolutely is. You're still around. You're still conscious. You're still aware. You're still checking in on family. You're still aware of other spirits, loved ones that have passed on before this. You meet up with all of it. Hey, Erica, long time no see. But I know people are still worried about that, and trust and believe they are aware of everything going on in your life. They were still giving you signs. They're still communicating with you. They're still, all you gotta do is call upon them and they're there. But even a lot of times they're not even there for that. A lot of times they're there whether you want them there or not. I appreciate that. You know, for a fake, I sure have so many reviews saying I'm legit. I don't think there's not been one person that's had a reading with me, like the paid for readings where I've done hours of readings. Not one person has come forward and said I'm fake after those readings. Not a single fucking one. The only ones trying to say I'm fake are the ones who had the 10, 15-minute sample where you can't, the connection's not going to be that strong in those. You can only tell, like, I can only tell a few things, but even in those, I have proof I was right on most of the shit I told you and shit I would not know any other way unless I had abilities. But if for a fake, you would think all those readings, there'd be so many people come forward that saying I knew nothing about their family. I had no messages that proved to them I was legit. Everything I tell them was generalized. Or how about the bullshit of, oh, she asked people for pictures and names of the ones she's trying to connect to. I've never done that either. I don't ask for anything. In fact, the people I've done readings for, I don't even ask who they are. Most of the times, I don't even know who the fuck they are. I don't know their name. I don't know what they look like. I don't know none of that shit. I just know, I just connect and tell them what comes through. I don't ask for any information. So even that bullshit is all lies and defamation. Reincarnation is real. It is real. And the way you could tell if you've been here before, if you got birthmarks, you've been here before. If you don't have any birthmarks, it's your first time around. And they will give messages, but be careful doing that, Erica, because unless you're putting up protection and you're saying you give no permission for anybody else to come through, just your loved one, then anything could come through and do that. You know what I mean? So make sure you say, specifically, I'm only giving permission for my grandfather to come through and give me a message. I open the door to nobody else. Nobody else is welcome or invited into my home. You make sure you do that. Okay. Because asking any question or trying to communicate with any spirit without doing that, it could be anything could come through. That is true. Well, then you've been here before, Erica. And when a lot of us come back, we didn't learn everything we're supposed to learn in the last life, but everything in our life is already predestined before we're even born. It's predestined before we're even born. So, and Erica, if you want to know who you were in a past life, there's a few simple ways to figure it out. So if you feel like you are drawn to a certain culture or certain lifestyle that's not actually tied to you in this life, that's probably a part of your past life. If you have dreams that you're dying of ways that are very vivid, that feel so real, that's probably from your past life. If you meet someone in this life and you feel like you've known them your whole fucking life, you probably knew them in a past life. There could be people, they're soulmates that will find each other in past lives and then find each other again in this life. So that's one way to find it. And if you're always been drawn to say Viking things, but there's no reason for you to be drawn to it, that could have been something from your past. There's people who I've done readings for about their past life for, and I told them about how you were this in your past life. And this guy, I said, you were a knight in your past life. You were in England. You fought for King Henry. Tell him all stuff like that. He's like, I've always been drawn to that. I've always felt I was from that era. I've always been interested in that. I never knew where it came from. I always felt like I need to be there. That's home. Situations like that. Oh, absolutely, Miss Liability. Yes, absolutely. They can do anything of the sort. The only thing they can't do is K you. Did you make a video on how to bless your house? No. Was I supposed to? Did I say I was? I might have forgotten. Yes. Yeah, not every time isn't just, oh, it's a fear when you're being K'd in your dreams. A lot of it is from your past. Or if you, in your past, if you're having dreams and you see yourself as like, say you're seeing yourself as a man in the dream and it feels like you're in this person's body and you're, you know what I mean? Like, and it's definitely not you. That could be from past too. Yes, they can, Miss Liability, and they will too. But I will say this. Hey, Jesus, a lot of the times, there's a lot of residual energy as well with spirits. Like the land holds a lot of the energy. Houses hold energy. So it doesn't always mean that there's a spirit there haunting the home or trying to mess with you. A lot of the times, it's just residual energy. It's just a repeat of what happened 1,000 times in the past when they were on Earth. So like a lot of times there will be, say, for the people like, oh, at 4 o'clock every morning, I hear walking just in my hallway. That's just it's most likely residual. It doesn't mean that someone's there trying to fuck with you and they know what they're doing. Okay, Miss Wendy. Someone disturbed the gravestones. Wait, hold on. Oh, I was supposed to show you those pictures. Wait. I forgot to show you those things my mom sent me. Hold on. Remember I told you my mom sent me her cameras that showed a bunch of shit happening on her front porch, and she told me I could show it to you guys? Let me see where she sent it. Okay, hold on. Not that one. Let me go to my other email. Which I told my mom, I was like, you sure you want me? She's like, she gave me permission to show it to you guys. So give me it. It's crazy. It looks like it was snowing on her porch, but there was nothing. There was nothing happening. And when I went to go visit my mom at Christmas, we were sitting there and my mom's like camera thing kept going off. We're like, what the fuck is happening? So we looked at the camera and it looked like it was snowing, but I opened the door and there was nothing happening on the porch. It only happened like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I got to figure out what email my mom wrote me with. I totally forgot. I was supposed to show y'all that back in December. Dadgummit, what did she write me under? Let's see. Ring cam, maybe? Shit, I don't know where she sent it. Hold on, y'all. No. Shit. Oh, I know she sent it to my email, though. Give me a second. She has a few email addresses, so I just got to figure out which one she sent it with. Nope. Let's see. Porch, maybe? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I found it. She sent me 5 videos, and I'm going to show those to y'all today. Okay. Let's see. Porch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Download. Open. Let me make sure what it is first. Hold on. Well, it's not playing. Give me a second, y'all. Let me down all the videos first, and then I'll come back and try to show it to y'all. I'll not come back, but let me do these first, and then I'll add them to the screen. Add to drive. No, just download. Okay, there's that one. Go to number 3. This one. But I'll just tell you this, at my mom's, it's always been rampant with spiritual activity, mainly because I used to do a lot of my investigations and a lot of my EVP sessions and a lot of my spells and stuff. I used to do it there. So it's very active there, but it's not anything that's it's not anything that's messing with her. They just know that my whole family has abilities. So they know they could come there to get help and get answers, and we understand and whatnot. So for the idiots that are like, oh, her parents probably be embarrassed she's a witch. They're not. They give no fucks. They actually support me. And as far as me being a psychic medium, they know I've always had gifts as a child, and they always follow me everywhere I went. Okay. No, my mom's not talking through it. It's just showing what the camera caught. Yes. Hold on. Let me go back up real quick. Give me a second. Sir, the gravestones, we had to figure out my dad's deeds. We'll get this house would vibrate and shake so hard every time I give it. Now that I solved it, it stopped. That makes sense, Erica. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, they will mess with you a lot if they're trying to get you to find something. Summer days, there's no truth to that. Oh my God, let me guess. Not ambulance girl. What was that lady's name that tried to pretend they knew me last time? When they were going as, oh shit, what was the account they used to go by? There was an account on Instagram back before we came to YouTube. Or no, I was on YouTube. It was right when I was new to YouTube, and they were going around claiming that they knew me. And they knew me when I was married to Keaton, and they knew me when I'm like, this is where they fucked up. They said, oh, I know Sue, and I can tell you all sorts of stories. The abuse never happened. She was cheating all the time, like making all these fucked up allegations about me that were like, they were not okay. They were really fucked up allegations. And like, yeah, I'm going to expose it all one day if she don't shut up. I know the truth. I know her and Keaton, and I know he never did anything to her and all sorts of shit. And then the next time they're like, oh, yeah, I knew her when she met Josh Harris, too. And I was there, and she broke up a happy home. And she's the one that split the family up. And now they're divorced now because of Siwa. And she knew he was married, and she got with him anyways. And I met her when she came up to Seattle to be with him. Bitch, you could not meet Keaton and Josh. You couldn't. That's where I created a fake account and wrote to them and try to find out who the fuck they were so I could expose them for the liars they were. I didn't do anything malicious to anybody else. They're like, this reminds me when Siwa messaged that account pretending to be someone else. Who fucking cares? I did it for good damn reason. The lies they were saying were dangerous. So you bet your ass I wrote them pretending to be someone else so I could find out who the fuck they were and caught them in so many lies. So many lies. And they eventually fucking quit. Because they look so stupid with the shit they said. So, yeah, I absolutely fucking did that. But best to believe there's not a single person in this community that knows me in real life. I am still friends with everyone I've ever been friends with since I was a kid. I still talk to all my exes and cool with all my exes except the ones that are unreasonable, like Keaton, even the doctor, the first doctor I dated. I mean, I'm not really cool with him because of what he did, but I don't have hate for him either because he didn't succeed, but like, I don't really talk to him, but I don't have, like, we're not enemies. The DW thing, I don't want nothing to do with him for obvious reasons. Y'all know that. And that's really it. Everybody else I'm cool with in my life. So bullshit. Bullshit. No, so now you just admitted you're a fucking liar. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. It is a complete fucking lie. There's no one in my life that has hate for me except my ex and his family. That's it. Those are the only people that have hate for, well, and then the assholes on YouTube, of course. But like, as far as real life, there's no one that I'm enemies with or that fell out with that would do that shit. Because I'm not a toxic, hateful individual, and I'm not the fucking problem. I'm very vocal and speak up, and I especially stand up against bullies, as y'all know. And I've been doing that since I was a kid. I am none of the shit y'all claim I am, as far as the enemies. So, nice try. But that proves to y'all right there how big of liars they are now. Now you know, so I appreciate it. Thank you for telling the truth. Telling the truth that you're a liar. Okay, back to the videos. Okay, how am I going to add this? Let me see, video file. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Okay, I haven't. Maybe do y'all think I should watch these before I put them up? She told me they were all things I could share, but let me go check real quick. Just hold tight. Let me make sure. They want so bad for me to be the toxic and the issue in my life. I'm not. Dude, they're still not playing. Why aren't they fucking playing? Hold on. Oh, I see one playing. Hold on, let me make sure it's doesn't show nothing it's not supposed to. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Okay, this is. Let me see if I can just show y'all. Give me a second. Present. Share screen. Here we go. All right, 1 second. Now, what you're going to want to pay attention to in this video is the left corner. Like the left, you're going to see something coming, like start to fuck with the camera. I haven't seen any come in so far. But if there's ever any doxing, just let me know. Yeah, that is true, Erica. Okay, hold on, y'all. I got to get back to the video. Okay, let me rewind it some. Oh, wait. Hold on. Shit. It's right here. Right here. You see the cursor? But let me go back and take this comment off the screen real quick, y'all. So you can see it better. All right. Again, pay attention to right here in this corner. Okay? Let me rewind again. See that? Look at that. Look at the lights. And it's not a bug. You can see the bugs further on down. And now look on the right side of the corner. You see the bugs down below. Like there's some bugs that just went by again. So again, there's no source of light that it could have been. Rewind again. Okay. Look at that. Do you see that? But you see the bugs in the like flying around in the back too. They look completely different from this. The lights at the top though is crazy. And it gets crazier. We got the other videos are crazier. Do you see that shit? Look how bright that fucking light is. That's a trip. Okay, that's all for video. Let me go through the rest just to make sure. Okay, I think this is a snow one. Come on. Some of them are not playing. Like I see the image, but it's not playing it. Oh, it's the whole thing is glitching out on me. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the videos. Maybe I need to re-download them. It sucks that they're not going to show, though. Okay, I'm going to be bummed if y'all can't see these. Oh, here's another one that y'all can see. Okay, I'll show you this. That's where my besties live, right next door. Look at this. And by the way, again, there was not this when I was there. So this is when I was there. It was 4:29 in the morning. The ring thing kept going off. So, and I was sleeping in the living room in the recliner because my dad was sleeping there too. And when my mom would go to bed, me and my dad, this is something me and my dad always done when I was younger, is when my mom would go to bed, me and him are night owls. When she would go to bed and Princess would go to bed, me and him would just stay up in the living room and watch shows together, watch movies together and talk about it, whatnot. So me and him were up and the thing kept going off. So we're like, what the heck's going on? So go out there and look. Like I saw my mom's like, showed me the what was showing on her screen. I went in there. I was like, so your camera like the alarms keep going off. And I go and look and hold on, I can't see what I go there and look at the camera and this is what we see. But when I opened the door, me and my dad looked outside, there was nothing to explain this. Come on. See, they keep playing and then stopping. I don't know what's going on. Spirit's like, fuck you. You're not outing us. See, it was just playing and now it's not again. Hold on, y'all. It was just there. Y'all saw it a minute ago. Dude, it was just working. Now I'm going to get pissed. Wait. Are you serious, bless your heart? She just can't help herself, man. Okay, I might have to just download the videos and put them over here. Just give me a second. Let me make sure none of these others are like too far or show anything I'm not supposed to show. Hell, I can't even see them. Fuck it. Let me just do it. Let me add them to my StreamYard. Oh, I think it's because I had 2 tabs open. Oh, well, fuck it. I'm going to add them over here. Give me a second. Do you know whose grandfather? It's not Bambi's, is it? Okay. The videos are uploading. That's all that shows of that one. This is the one we already saw, but I'm playing it again because it's bigger now. One more. That's the one I was trying to play a minute ago when it kept glitching on me. Just so you know, dust falls down, not up. And there was no wind blowing or anything. You could hear us open the door. Hey, I see a deer over there next door. I don't know if y'all saw it. There was a deer walking around. So yeah, I don't know what was causing that. Look, and now it just stopped. It just went away. Is that not crazy? It just stopped just like that. Now this is the craziest one. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It happened when I was there. It only happened in just for a few seconds, a few minutes. Not even a minute. It was like what, 30 seconds and then it stopped? I don't know, Erica, does it happen to you a lot or just every once in a while? Like when you're, well, so I just don't know. It only happened when I was there, like I said. But there was nothing out there. And as soon as we opened the door, it was stopping. Like I said, in this video, when we opened the door, it stopped. So pay attention again. When you hear the door open, it quit. I think the craziest one was that light that was showing up. My mom had another one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5, but she had another one where this light. You look, you can see the deer in the yard right up there between the trees. Like where you see the pole is on the porch. If you look to the left where those 2 trees are, you can see the deer. Let's see, where is the one about the? Yeah, I think this one's the craziest one out of all of them. It damn near looks like UFOs there or something. Yeah, if y'all have any paranormal footage, please send it. I would love to see it. It happens frequently, and that's what. Well, again, Eric, I guess next time it happens, see if it stops when you go out there. And if it doesn't happen often, I doubt it's the moisture. Let's see. It happened frequently, and that's what would happen. All right, that part, that's great. Okay, Kendra. Let me go back to Kendra. I found my kids against the scumbags that did that. Really? It's time it ends, and I put a stop to slander, false backgrounds they made to me. Girl, I got some updates for you. I myself have gone legal on a few people. So I got my own updates. And I'm glad that, you prevailed in the end. I feel like I will too, but we shall see. You just walked an 8-mile hike. My feet are on fire. Girl, that's why, look, when I go take my daughter and her friend to go to the park, it's a certain type of park. I'm not saying what. Most of you will figure it out. But when we go to the park, I probably end up walking 8 miles. It feels like you're walking on glass by the end of it. But I also have rheumatoid arthritis. But by the end, it feels like I'm walking on glass. So all I do is come home and put my feet, soak my feet. That's it. That's about all you can do. But yeah, Epsom salt will help definitely. You're gonna just put your feet up too, Kendra. When you get back home, put your feet up, because they're probably, hurting from the feet swelling. I am so happy, Erica, that you're getting something done about it. I really am. Oh, Geneva, not they weren't talking about you, hun. But yeah, I've never even checked my cameras for paranormal, but I don't have them on the inside. I guess I need to get one for the inside because we always have paranormal shit happening here. The main thing they like to do is mess with my alarm, like my smoke alarm. They'll just beep it one time. Or when they're trying to get my attention and I'm trying to ignore them, they'll end up beeping it. And then I'll just stand in front of it like, will you stop? And it'll stop. But it's just, I don't haven't done really that many investigations here because I've been trying to be careful. But definitely if you're going to do investigations, you're going to have to do it with protection. You're going to have to put up your protection for it. So like I said, I went and watched Johnny Mac's videos, or one of them, the one he did with his son. And he's just walking into the cemetery without any asking permission, saying, I come with respect. Don't have to answer anything if you don't want to. I'm not trying to be, it's just saying anything. Because before you go on a cemetery, especially to do anything like witchcraft or investigations, you need to ask for permission. Whether you're probably not going to hear something back, but just the fact of asking, you need to be respectful. Now, I sure as hell wouldn't go often, all the time, and interrupt them, especially for, content for YouTube, but whatever. But the very least, you need to say some prayers. And he didn't do no, he just walks in, and he actually said he likes it when things follow him home. That's not funny. Ask Aaron Goodwin again. Let's talk about Aaron Goodwin. That's what ruined his marriage. The marriage he had with his kid's mother, it ruined the marriage because things kept following him home and terrorizing the whole family. And at first it was just little things here and there. And then it was just full blown possession, destroying things, hurting the kids, hurting the wife, all that shit. And didn't work out well for him. So it might be fun and games now, but you have some spirits out here who are fucking evil, who do have the capabilities to ruin your life. Especially if you're doing just spiritual communication and you're just letting anything come through, you could open the door for demonic activity. And then they absolutely can possess you, ruin your whole life. There's literally was a case where a guy got possessed and ended up killing someone and went to had murder charge and everything. And the defense was, the devil made me do it. That's how they have a movie based on it, because he was possessed during that. He had participated in an exorcism of a little boy 2 months prior, and he invited the demon to come to possess him instead. He's like, just leave him alone. You can have me if you want to. Just leave the little boy alone. Dumbest thing to ever fucking do. And so the demon went into him and he started changing over the 2 months, and he ended up killing someone because he kept seeing things that were not happening and were not there because this fucking demon messing with him. And he killed someone. And as soon as he did it, the demon left, didn't bother him anymore. He was totally back to himself. But now he has to deal with what he did. And that guy's done interviews since. I think he's been released since then because he was a kid when he did it. A hardwired camera. I do have a hardwired camera. Oh wait, that also has Wi-Fi. Well, I have the Wise cameras, and I've got 2 cameras. I'm not gonna say they're just not inside, but I'm always making sure no one's fucking with me. But if I see any certain vehicles pull up, I'm definitely filing charges on your ass. So might be smart not to do it. But Kendra, I'm glad you went walking. In fact, I think I'm going to do the treadmill when I get off of here. And then tonight, I'm going to do the reading or a spirit box. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to get off here. I've addressed what I needed to. Well, like I said, don't just do the foot soaking with the Epsom salt. You also need to, and Jen's the one that said the Epsom salt, but you also need to put your feet up on some pillows, like fold over some pillows so your legs are elevated. That will help tremendously with the pain in your feet, okay? And if the pain gets real bad, you can take some ibuprofen to help with the swelling and the throbbing. Girl, the other day I read 3 CPS reports that were called on me because of bullshit lies off of YouTube. 3 of them. Ooh, I hate that icy hot stuff. I hate that shit. Send me an email. An email's a better way to reach me these days because I never check my messages on TikTok anymore because they always are so... Every time someone follows you, it opens up a message to where you can talk to each other. So... everybody else's messages go way down at the bottom of the pile, and I don't ever see that shit hardly. But the best way is through email, which is at the bottom of the screen, and it's in my the description as well. But I need to go. I got to handle some stuff. I'm gonna do workout, walk a few miles, and then I got if it's a type of reading. I'm doing it tonight, so I'll probably see y'all tomorrow or the next day. I'm not too sure yet, but. I gift out some memberships. So if you got a membership in this stream, it was me. And then Martin's mommy, again, thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate you. But I gave out 5 or 6 memberships earlier because people sent me money yesterday for them. I just didn't catch it till it's too late. Wait, what? Icy hot is it's painful. I can't stand that shit. Like that is no joke. But all right, I will see y'all later. Thank you so much for being here and talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored again?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always